warning. The language and opinions of Brandon do not represent the Gridiron Goons as a whole. He's a little unhinged and needs help, but refuses to get it. Viewer discretion is advised.
Oh, hey there. Welcome back to the Gridiron Goons. I'm your host, Brandon. I'm with the Preacher.
What up?
I'm also with the Sean. I'm Matt.
Hello.
And today is the start of our fantasy picks for, all of this season. It is definitely fantasy season. It's in full swing. I'm excited. We're all excited. It is game on.
Yeah.
Today we're going to be going through quarterbacks, and at the end we're going to do a stacks category.
Mix in a little stack.
So you guys know stacks, just a quick explanation. Most of the time it's a quarterback and a wideout. Sometimes it's a quarterback, running back. Sometimes it's all three. Hell, you could have a 4 stack if you think about it, if you want to include the tight end. So without further ado, I think we should get into this. Preacher, who is your number 1 overall quarterback?
Number 1 overall, Joshua Allen.
I am Lamar Jackson.
LJ8.
Copy that.
Oh,
You're on the island.
I mean, I guess so.
Let me guess, that's your number 2.
Yeah, it is my number 2.
Is
actually.
Joshua Allen your number 2? Yeah, that's where we're all at.
I mean, I feel like you almost can slot him 1A,
Yeah,
1B. Like,
really-
you're not going to be disappointed if you don't have,
Right, that's what I've been telling you past 2 weeks. You're in the elite position at the 1-8 to get one of the elites.
Oh.
And there's only 2 of them.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So now
All right,
things
well-
should start to get a little different.
So apparently, Sean only thinks there's a maximum 2 elites at the quarterback position.
I disagree. My number 3 is Jalen Hurts. You don't get the air yards from him, but you get the rush yards and you get the rushing touchdowns. It's like that dude's guaranteed 10 rushing touchdowns a season, it feels like. So, I mean, that definitely helped. Like, if you're having a bad week and you're watching the Eagles game and you watch Jalen Hurts get tush-pushed into the end zone, now you're having a way better day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, who's your number 3?
I have Joey Burrow at
Joe
number 3.
Burrow.
I'm with them.
Because Joe Burrow, a year after year, whether it's hand injury or misses part of the season, he's always at the top of the list anyhow. So he's got Jamar Chase, he has T. Higgins. That's a team, in my opinion. Joe Burrow's number 3 for those reasons alone.
And they have a dog shit defense.
Don't
so
get
they
it
have to
twisted.
throw
He's gonna
it.
have, it's going to be just like last year. If nothing else, that defense, without having Trey Henderson's, got worse. So he's going to be throwing a lot.
Yeah, I agree. At my 4 spot, I have Jaden Daniels.
I actually have him at the 4 slot
I
as
have
well.
him at 4.
Oh, wow. We all agree. Okay. Well,
I mean,
guess
that guy came off a rookie season, given huge numbers, huge rushing upside, and also not only the rushing, but he throws the ball really well.
He doesn't throw it risky either.
And he may not have his number 1 out wide out.
Yeah, that is true.
He's going to have a number 1.
But I think that rushing upside is enough to get us over that hump. My number 5 spot is Joe Burrow. That's where I have him slotted.
I have Hurts.
See, my number 5 is actually Baker Mayfield.
Ooh, hell yeah.
So I think for Baker purposes, I put Baker at 5 because not only did Tampa add a absolute stud in Emeka Ibuka at the wide receiver spot where he can plug and play him anywhere and everywhere on that wide receiver core. You also have Bucky coming into his 2nd year in the league who should improve. You have Godwin coming back. Evans is there. Jalen McMillan? That's right. So, like, you have a stacked room of talent. So Baker's going to have the choice to throw to, and I think that's going to elevate him to the number 5th slot this year.
I agree. So at my 6th spot, I have Baker. That's my boy.
Yeah.
I ride or die with the Bake. I think he throws the ball just as well as anybody else. The only problem that keeps him out of my top 5, he's an interception machine. He is nowadays Brett Favre. and that does hurt his fantasy slot at all. I get it, dude. A touchdown is worth 4 points, and an interception is -2. I mean, that does matter in a fantasy aspect. That's why I have him at 6. He does have a decent rushing upside, but
I have him at 6.
Okay. Who's at your 6?
Jalen Hurts, actually.
Okay, all right.
While the tush push and touchdowns from the running aspect is an upside, his throwing abilities to his wide receiver core, not necessarily his fault, but his wide receiver core, if you really look at the numbers, isn't that great from a fantasy perspective.
No, from a fantasy perspective. No.
From a fantasy perspective, I don't know if you're talking rushing alone, you could throw him up there higher. Mm-hmm. But I think when you look at Baker, he's got the pocket ability. Now, he does run occasionally. Mm-hmm. He's got the pocket. Daniels has kind of that whole package. Mm-hmm. Burrow can run, not often.
He's definitely more pocket, though.
Right.
Yes.
But he has a lot of weapons to throw to. Lamar can get you with the feet. Lamar also has weapons. And Allen has nobody but seems to throw always at the top. So I think for me, it's 6, and then we have a break from 7 all the way to 10.
I can agree with that.
So, I mean, even in our list, we interchanged this top 6 in different ways, whether it's 1 down or 2 down or up 1. So,
yeah.
I mean, I think that's huge. What, Sean, you said you had Baker at 6 as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So at my 7, so I'm going to explain this a little bit. Oh. These are, if I'm in a draft right now and I needed a quarterback, and those previous 6 are already gone, who am I taking next? Mm-hmm. That's kind of how I wanted to do my list. And even though it doesn't make any sense, my 7 is Patrick Mahomes. The potential is there. But for the past 2 years of fantasy, that dude's been damn near droppable. So it's hard for me to put him there, but I can't really see picking anybody else above him with them 6 already gone. So I have Mahomes at my 7.
Sean, who's at your 7?
Kyler.
Okay.
The rushing upside's there. Uses his legs. And I think Marr's going to break out this year. He's got Trey McBride. We see what that happens with that every game.
Yeah.
I think it's all coming together.
See, I think with Mahomes, while you have him at 7, it's an and or an or.
Yes.
If the team decides they want to play, he's great. Mm-hmm. But if the team, let's be real, the past couple of years, they're like, let's coast through the whole entire season, and then we'll get to the playoffs and we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So, for that, I don't even have Patrick Mahomes in my top 10.
I get it.
Just because I feel like if you're looking at a fantasy perspective, I'm willing to take chances and put other people way higher than him on the fact that the team doesn't show up every single week. Because in fantasy, we're only playing until the end of the regular season.
Right.
In some leagues, I don't know why you're playing a Week 18 championship, but at least either Week 16 or Week 17, well, by the time you get to Week 17, they may not even be starting.
Yeah.
Or he may only start a quarter of the game.
We did that a couple of years ago.
Yeah, Neil got fucked out of the championship.
And I told you guys you're idiots. Oh. But anyhow, I have Jordan Love at 7. Call me a homer.
Okay.
But look, Jordan Love got injured last year. And when he wasn't injured, he still performed very, very well. This is a league that now... Granted, y'all are going to be like, he doesn't have a true number 1. Well, Matthew Golden has been reported to be the true number 1 in Green Bay. So,
You need to get that jersey, dude.
I got Twins, man. I don't have any money to get that jersey.
That 22 jersey's dope.
Listen,
if you'd cut the TikToks, maybe we would have money and you could get that fucking jersey.
Yeah, man.
Am I right, Sean?
I get it.
Yeah, man. I got Twins, man. Tough to do. But anyhow, Jordan Love has...
He's not even in my honorable mentions.
Well, I mean, that's...
Well, he had Dak at 4 last year.
He had Dak at 2
Two
last
last
year.
year.
And he said I was stupid for having Daniels at 7. And
Hey.
he finished at like 5.
Listen. I may be the Mel Kiper of the group and have a wild take.
So you're saying that Sean would pay $11.99 to hear your
So you're saying people have got to pay to listen to this?
No, we don't pay like you pay for Mel Kiper. But Mel Kiper has some wild takes, and you know what? Jordan Love at number 7, that's where I'm going with.
Yeah, that's wild as fuck. My number 8 spot is Jared Goff. He has hot games and cold games, but for the most part, that man's right down the middle. He'll get you 16 to 18 points every week, kind of deal.
Well, yeah, without even notice. Like you look at TV, and his stat, how they pop the stat bars pop up, he'll be at like 450
And
for
you're
yardage.
like, huh?
You're like, what? He does. It happens all the time.
Yeah, so he's just very, very consistent, and I can appreciate that out of any position on my starting lineup. Consistency matters more than blow-ups, for sure. I appreciate a high floor. Preacher, why don't you talk about your number 8?
Bo Nix.
That's what I got.
The number 8 slot. Listen, this guy, and I know in the past you had said that you're not necessarily a believer of Bo Nix, but Bo Nix in Denver has a very talented defense that has allowed that offense to figure itself out, especially last year. Cortland Sutton, for him, has been his kind of almost ride or die.
Yep.
You add great pieces in the offseason. I believe J.K. Dobbins has been reported as the starter.
Evan Ingram,
Yeah.
watch him.
Yep,
So-
sleeper pick.
I mean, I think this is a team that can improve, and I think Bo Nix in year 2 can prove that he is in that top 10. He is a top 10 quarterback, and he's going to stay a top 10 quarterback.
You at the 8 is
Bo.
okay. I have him at my 9. I guess I'll jump one more. Bo Nix for me. I really didn't want to put him there, but judging what I saw last year, I said that for some reason he feels like Tim Tebow to me. He really does. So I think he'll have 1 or 2 good years and then he'll fall off. I don't want anybody to fall off. I'm not just like a hater. I don't hate the guy.
You hate the guy.
I really don't. I don't know, man. I see his play style. I don't like it. It's just something about it. Something's not right here.
Someone ain't right.
Yeah, something wrong with it. But judging by what I saw last year, if he can duplicate that at all coming into this year, he's deserving of my number 9 spot, and I do believe he can earn that. Sean, what's your number 9 spot look like?
Jay Herbs.
Okay.
With what they've added around him, now he's got an efficient running game. I think Najee's injury is a lot worse than what they're saying, kind of
too.
like the same C-Mac thing last year. So I think Hampton's going to be your every down back. Trey Harris, they just signed Keenan.
Yeah.
They got
news
Rondé
update.
Gatson. They drafted him, looking good in training camp for tight end. Ladd, come on.
What?
Coach Harbaugh.
I have him in my honorable mentions category. I think I'm going to try to make him my backup.
Oh. I have Jared Goff at the 9 slot. It's a team that, while rushing side has been very dominant, you also see the guy just throw the ball around,
Yep.
and it's very nonchalant, and produces wide receiver talent, has produced tight end talent, and it's not like it's a flat. I don't know. It's weird to say because Detroit is not like a flashy offense.
No.
Well,
Well,
you know, like they are, but we don't
Compared to what they were, they are now.
right. But we don't talk about them in the same token as we talk about Cincinnati with Higgins and Chase.
I disagree. Because Detroit is the only people running hook and ladders every fucking week.
But I feel like they're
doing
not
wild ass
they're
shit,
not-
letting Penei Sewell throw touchdown passes.
I don't know. I feel like they're not talked about in the media wise
They're not.
as a team that's flashy, because They just produce numbers. They produce passing yards.
Yeah.
They produce touchdowns. They produce rushing yards. They're a complete team, which, unfortunately, as a Packer fan, I think they're going to...
And they got Hutch back now.
I mean, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
And they might get Parsons.
Maybe Scary Terry.
I saw that.
Scary Terry to the... Oh.
Scary Terry and the Brock connection, bro.
No.
No.
All right, go ahead.
Just stop.
Get through this.
Number
list of
10,
Brock.
Jeez.
Really?
Okay.
Who's your number 10? I'll say mine.
Honorable
last.
mention.
Well, I'm gonna go honorable mentions after we get done with 10.
I have Drake May at number 10.
Oh,
I don't hate it. I think it's a bit of a fucking reach because the way I put my list together says that if you're looking for a quarterback and those 9 are gone, you're taking May.
Hey,
That's fucking wild.
Listen. Last year, Hunter Henry was an emerging star on the Patriots.
If I hear Hunter
All right.
Henry one more
Plus
fucking
it's one
time.
more-
I'm making statements here, all right? Call me Mel Kiper, but you know what? Sometimes you just gotta take chances.
Let's make no doubt about this. I only have Brock at 10 because of the Robbie Anderson signing.
Robbie chosen.
All right.
Anyway, my number 10, finishing my list off, is Kyler Murray. I'm actually in agreement of everything Sean said. I just think that they need to get him some platform shoes so he can see over the line, and he'd be great. That's all I've got to say about that.
Speaking of the Cardinals, I think Benton's going to take over from Connors this year too.
Yeah, that's why Connor didn't even remotely touch my top 15. We'll get into that another time. But my honorable mentions are Justin Herbert and Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams only because they beefed that O-line like crazy. They added even more weapons for him to throw to, and they did nothing for the run game. Like, that tells me they're putting all their eggs in one basket, and they're saying, produce or you'll be like every other Bears quarterback ever, and you will never be a starter in the league again.
Weren't you hating on this guy last
I don't
year?
like him at all, but the numbers are the numbers. And when you play from behind constantly, you have to throw the ball.
But it's just like Brock,
No.
right? Preach.
I mean, let's just get real. I can't stand Caleb. I hate everything about how he is for the public persona of it. I can't stand him. But numbers are numbers, and I'm trying to win a fucking championship again.
Okay.
Don't forget, you're talking to your redraft champ right now.
All right.
Gil?
Redraft
No, he won the
champ.
dynasty.
Oh, I was talking to Gil earlier today. He said he's going back to back,
Oh,
No, he's not.
yeah, right. Okay.
but he
Well.
didn't. When I told him about Ayuk's going to miss probably the first 4 or 5 weeks, he didn't know he was. He said, "Are you serious?"
That
Oh,
is
boy.
funny.
Remember, he traded for him.
So I think before we get into stacks, I want to kind of freehand something. Would it shock you guys if Aaron Rodgers cracked the top 10?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
And I think
I want to hear whys from both of you.
go ahead.
I feel like he's got nothing left. I feel like he's done.
You know he was in the top 10 of passing
I do.
yards and
I do.
touchdowns last year. Okay.
I
Alright.
think there's a possibility, but I think for Aaron Rodgers to crack the top 10, he has to go out and absolutely, I mean, he has to ball out, but the team around him can't falter. Like, if you look at what happened in New York, which Achilles, coming back from Achilles, while that team had people to throw the ball to in Garrett Wilson, you have to catch the ball, and 1, 2, you have to target more of the people than just Garrett Wilson. And that's where I think he's going to have a little bit better possibilities to target more in Pittsburgh.
I agree.
But everything has to be a perfect scenario for him to crack the top 10.
I agree. But the way that I'm seeing it is DK's production will be through the fucking roof this year. I think his target share will probably be the highest in the NFL by the end of next season. And the way that I'm choosing to think about this is, yeah, they're wide receiver 2 and 3, Roman Wilson and Calvin Austin. They're definitely not great, right? They are budget guys to get me through. But the 2 tight end situation, Jonnu Smith and Pat Freiermuth, I think they are going to be a saving grace for Aaron Rodgers because both of them can block well. Both of them can catch well. So I think they can mix up some blocking schemes and some passing schemes and really get them two involved.
And our Arthur Smith he put in a couple plays for Jonnu Smith to come out of the backfield.
See? So I think it's possible. It's unlikely, but I do see a
But I will say this about Rodgers. If Rodgers comes out feeling good, feeling fresh, and let's say the Steelers make a playoff push, I'm not saying win the whole thing, but win a game or two, I think he comes back.
I don't. I think this is his farewell tour.
I think this is a different Aaron Rodgers. You saw it, I believe it was on Pat McAfee. I was talking about how this is a different feel for training camp for him. Mm-hmm. And he's actually coming in a little bit different mindset to this training camp. And I think you hit the nail on the head. And you only do that one way, and that's because you're leaving.
Yeah.
And you don't got to worry about coming back next year. Yep. And look.
That's why they built that team around him.
Right. And I know earlier this week, I believe yesterday, earlier this week, Will Howard, hand injury to his throwing hand.
Crazy.
So should be out for the rest of the preseason. But this is also still, I believe, in my opinion, a Will Howard's team after Aaron Rodgers is gone. So I think this is a 1-year deal. This was all right, Pittsburgh knows in order to keep Tomlin's winning record, they have to go get a veteran quarterback that can get them the winning record. Mm-hmm. So let's go get Aaron Rodgers and let's talk him out of retirement and say, hey, we'll get you some pieces. They got him pieces.
They did.
They have running back that can take care of the workload.
They drafted one, too.
Right. So, I mean, they produced for Aaron Rodgers to produce and then go away.
They're banking on him.
And leave him. So
I have a couple more names I want to throw out. Because I noticed none of us in our top 10 had Tua Tagovailoa. Is that just because of injury concerns?
Yes, 100%. For me.
That was mine too. So I just wanted to clear that up.
And he's one headshot away from being done and losing his job because Quentin Ewers is tearing it up.
Yeah, I've seen that as well.
Is there any possibility that Quinn Ewers actually takes the role by the end of the season?
If Tua gets hurt, yeah.
No, if Tua stays healthy but doesn't perform.
Because Tua, when he's healthy, is a dog. He is really good, and no one gives him that credit. Tua is amazing quarterback when he's not throwing up gang signs in the wrong hood. I don't know what else to say.
And Tyreek's been late to practice like 2 times this week already.
Tyreek's washed. Next up. Hey, like I said, man, I have a couple more names going through my head. Justin Fields. Would we be shocked if he cracks the top 10? He's done it before.
I don't, just because I think he could get in there with his legs. The offense he's in and what he's surrounded by with Breece Hall behind him. And, they drafted Mason Taylor. They got Garrett Wilson.
I think it's a sneaky good offense right there. But his reports out of training camp, that dude can't hit fucking anybody in the hands. Now, this is why there's preseason. This is why we're still in training camp. He can, come back to his old form for sure. Preach, what do you think about?
I think 10, no. I think if you're going to place him in a potential 11 to 15, but I don't think the top 10 is where he can crack into. It's almost the same thing with Aaron Rodgers. It has to be the perfect opportunity for him to crack into the top 10. And I don't think through the first season of him being in New York, that's going to happen. It's the same thing with Aaron Rodgers. Look, in Aaron Rodgers, you said top 10 in passing, top 10 in touchdowns, but could not break into the top 10.
That's because there's no rushing upside at all.
So, but I don't
But
think
Fields has got that.
But I don't think
That's
Fields
why I would
has
not be
the.
surprised.
I don't think Fields has the arm talent to be in the top 10 of passing and touchdowns.
I can see that. I've got a couple more names that I'm thinking of. Geno Smith.
No.
Absolutely not.
Really? I think
No.
he's a dark horse top 10 pick. Because we know he loves to sling that fucking ball around. He doesn't throw a lot of picks. I've been saying that this Raiders offense is very, very slept on. Geno Smith is always in top 10 yards, top 10 touchdowns, and he's never top 10 interceptions. He's not the best quarterback in the world. And there's almost no rushing upside. But that dude slings that fucking ball. So with Jacoby Myers, Jack Beck, Ashton Genty, Brock Bowers, that is, in my opinion, a better weapon set there than he had in Seattle. Because I believe the running game will be better with Genty. And Bowers is a better tight end. He's a little bit lacking on the wide receivers from DK and JSN,
Right.
yes.
Yep.
But I think it's a bigger jump in the run game and a bigger jump in the tight end game over, everything else.
And it doesn't hurt that he's got his old head coach.
It's very true because Pete
He's got
Carroll
all the
believes
faith in him. That means a lot.
Yeah, it really does. The last name that I'm thinking of is Samuel Darnold. I say there's no fucking way. I say he is benched by the bye week. I believe they're going to start Jalen Milroe midway through the season. I have no faith in Darnold. He had me fooled for a minute, and them last two games, I know I've said it before on here, so I sound like a broken record, but those last two games showed me everything I needed to see that he is back to his old self.
I don't see him even cracking the top 15.
Me neither.
No.
Okay, all right. So that's the only one that all three of us has agreed on. Hey, can you guys think of any that we haven't talked about?
Sean, anything?
Trevor Lawrence.
No, I think he's going to bounce back. I think he gets in the top. Dude, I'm telling
Top
you.
15, maybe.
I think he's going to sneak in, dude. I think he has a bounce back year. And I think Hunter helps him. Etienne losing his job. Bigsby's going to be the one. And he's a lot better at finding the hole that Etienne is. I think that's going to help him. The only thing Jacksonville don't have the biggest name tight end, but they got a solid tight end. They lost Ingram. I would not be shocked to see Lawrence crack the top 10.
You know what? I got
especially
one more.
with Liam Nielsen.
Do you want to comment on Trevor Lawrence? Because I believe he could.
I don't think it's going to happen, but I don't see the realm of it's not out of the realm of possibilities.
I think if BTJ gets better and Lawrence can follow him through, I think it's possible.
Go ahead with your other one.
My last one that I can really think of is C.J. Stroud.
Bounce back.
Bounce back, but I don't think he'll crack a top 10.
I think we're starting to talk about the 11 through 15. In the past, with those two, with Lawrence, Stroud, and Fields, we're talking to 11, 15 guys. Okay. Because there's always possibilities for these guys to break into the top 10, but whether they do or don't is a different statement, because typically that 8 through 10 slot really almost can kind of be that 11, 12, 13 guy. Sometimes in some years 14 and 15 are in the mix, but I don't think that's going to be what he going to be able to do now.
Yeah, but none of us said any of them names.
I will say this. I think he finishes top 12, but it would not be a shock to me if he's in the top 10.
All right, I have a question to ask you, because last week's conversation, I had a take on Indianapolis' quarterback room. Now, Not that they're going to be in the top 10 fantasy or whatever, but I want to get your take on the Anthony Richardson, Fumble Jones, and Riley Leonard kind of quarterback room after listening to our take without being here.
Yeah. So I like what you guys were saying, half the game Jones, half the game Richardson. I like that. It's not a bad idea. I think Leonard needs to stay back. Just stay back. Watch Jones. Because Jones is terrible. He's awful. I don't know how he was a starter for, 8 years, 7 years?
He was a first-round pick, believe
It's
it or
fucking
not.
impossible. But anyway, he at least knows the game. He's got a whole bunch of starts under his belt. He knows how it operates. He just doesn't know how to drive. He's fucking atrocious. But I don't know why I still have all the faith in Richardson, but I really do. The way I see it is Daniel Jones should start the preseason games and Richardson should end them. So I'm agreeing with you that half the game, but I think Leonard shouldn't touch the field yet.
I don't think Leonard or Richardson touch the field. Let Daniel Jones get beat up all preseason.
I disagree.
Interesting.
Because
I get it to get reps, but
Richardson has injury problems. He just came back from that shoulder injury, but he's supposed to be healthy now. So my thing is he needs to get hit because there's obviously like a toughness aspect of it, Like I'm not saying he's like a bitch or something, like that's not what I'm saying. But like there's guys that can take them hits and there's guys that can't. And Richardson is a fucking monster. He's 6'4", 245.
but he's Charmin.
But he gets hurt constantly. So I think he needs that contact. I say throw him the fuck out there.
And let's not get it twisted. This ND offense is nothing to blink your eyes at. Surprisingly, it's pretty solid.
Yeah, but the quarterback situation is so bad.
Right. They got a lot of playmakers. They need someone to get them the ball.
Yes. That's
Preach,
where
are you still on that Leonard could take over?
I mean, it's a possibility. I don't know if it is going to happen, but I think it's something to look for.
But when you
Indy.
said that last week, and now I am focused on watching the Indianapolis games,
Yeah.
the preseason games.
Yeah.
I think it's a very interesting team to watch because there is so much question.
So much
look,
question.
I mean, we know Josh Allen's going to be the quarterback. We know Lamar's going to be the quarterback. But this is really a quarterback battle that we don't know.
Yeah.
In college, we always hear, Ohio State's talking about Lincoln Keen-Holtz or Julian St. Cloud or Julian
Saying.
Yeah, Julian Saying, and then there's St. Cloud as the third quarterback.
Tavion St. Cloud.
So, there's three at Ohio State. Typically, it's Saying or Keenholtz, but we don't usually hear this in the NFL. We don't usually hear a quarterback battle going through training camp as much as we are with this team, while also knowing they drafted a rookie quarterback as their third string guy.
From right down the street.
Yeah, so it's safe to say that that the Indianapolis Colts are going to be the greatest.
Come on now.
I wouldn't say the greatest. It's going to be one of the storylines you're going to have to watch throughout the entire season. Because, listen, Sean made the point. Their offense actually isn't half bad.
No.
JKT, you have, on the outside, you have
Michael Pittman.
Josh
Hopefully he
Downs.
can bounce back.
And
Josh
then-
Downs is going to be a stud.
He's such a dog.
And
Alec Pierce,
Alec Pierce, you wonder if
Adonai Mitchell.
Tyler Warren.
Well, you wonder if
Riley
Adonai
Cox.
Mitchell is going to make an
Jonathan
improvement
Taylor.
from last year. But
there's something with Preach and the Colts. Because first it was the dude that's singing that song
Yeah, now it's
that he's all about.
now it's this.
no, I'm just making legitimate statements here. all right?
okay,
No, I am being legitimate. I do want to see
It
the Colts
is
preseason
going to
games
be
now.
an interesting team this year because they do have offensive powers and weapons.
I agree.
Because
So-
someone's going to be given the keys to a Ferrari. They just need to go out there and take it.
Yeah, right now it looks like a Dodge Avenger. Let's just get real here.
Slap the RT sticker on the
Yeah,
side.
dude. Looks like a V6 Challenger with a Hellcat badge. It's not looking good, all right?
All right. Well,
Let's get into stacks.
all right.
So, I want to read all mine. One of you two read all yours, and we can argue about it. How about
Okay.
that?
All right, go ahead.
My number 1 is Chase and Burrow. My number 2 is Amon-Ra and Jared Goff. Number 3, Baker and Mike. 4, Rashee Rice and Mahomes. And 5 is A.J. Brown and Hurts.
I jotted down 8.
Okay.
So it's just going to go 1 through 8. So it's Burrow, Chase, McCarthy, and Jefferson. I know. Hold on. I know McCarthy's not proven, but I can't leave Jefferson off. He is quarterback proof.
I agree.
And then I got Mayfield and Evans. Then I got Hurts and Brown, Murray and Maserati,
Okay.
Jackson, Lamar and Flowers, Herbert and McConkey,
Yes.
and then Stafford and Nakua.
Okay. Well, I have obviously Burrow, Chase, Higgins. That triple stack is
Okay.
nasty, right?
Well, you could even put Chase Brown in there for quite.
I have Hurts Barkley actually as my number 2 stack because, and the reason why I say this is it's not a wide receiver, which a lot of people like to go quarterback wide receiver, but who had the more touchdowns, Barkley or Hurts?
Hurts.
Who had the second most? Barkley. So you want to talk about touchdowns? Well, now you got touchdown proof in Hurts and Barkley, and nobody else is going to take a rushing touchdown.
That is true.
So that's a huge stack that you should look at if you have the possibility.
Oh.
Like, let's just say you have the 1-1, right? Let's just say you take Barkley at the 1-1, and at the 2-10, Hurts is sitting right there for you, and you now have a rushing quarterback that's going to get you all them points, and you have probably the number 1 or number 2 running back in the league sitting on your team. That's a nasty stack, nasty combo in general. All right, number 3, Goff and Amon-Ra. Well, we talked about it earlier. They just make points.
Yeah.
Number 4 for me is the Lamar, Henry, Andrews, Flowers, the rest of the whole entire crew.
Okay.
There. So that's like almost like a quad stack or a 5 stack sitting there right in front of you. I still have this here because I believe a deal gets done. I have a Daniels Terry stack, Scary Terry McLaurin at the 5 slot because I do believe a deal gets done, and I do believe that connection from last year continues on through this year and goes higher. For my number 6 slot, I do have the McCarthy Jefferson, just merely because Jefferson is QB proof. Now, it's a lot of trust in McCarthy,
I don't have that.
but I think Jefferson has to be that stack has to be at least in the conversation. For me, number 7 is Baker, Evans, Godwin, Bucky, Ibuka, like a massive powerhouse stack potential there. 8, I have the Stafford Puka. 9 for me, I went Nixon Sutton because, well, I think that's a combo. And number 10, I only did this because I wanted to make Sean proud. It's the Purdy CMC stack.
It makes sense.
So I want to argue with you guys, actually, because if you guys want to say Jefferson and McCarthy, I can think of a better stack than that this fast. Dak and CD. Very literally. Because Dak is at least
You know
proven
what? Yeah, I
decent
fucking forgot
QB.
all about them.
So you can't...
Dak's number 2.
The reason I have a problem with the McCarthy-Jefferson stack is, yes, I believe Jefferson is quarterback proof, 100%. CeeDee Lamb has played 40% of his professional football games with a backup quarterback. That's a real stat. What the fuck does that tell you?
Oh, well, that is an honest mistake on my part because they would have been in my top 5 just on that stack.
Oh, well,
But I honestly forgot all
way
about
to kind
it.
of fold back after you've been called out. So, I mean, stand down in business
Yeah,
or
because
fold.
JJ, we have no fucking clue what he's going to be able to do.
Listen,
We know that Dak has cracked top 10, 3 times?
number 2.
No. It's possible, for sure. That's a way better stack in theory, for sure.
Yeah,
So,
but I forgot about them. Honest mistake.
Oh.
I get
Just
it.
like they forgot to pay Micah.
They did forget to pay Micah, and they won't trade him either. So, here we go.
Alrighty.
Anyway, Rashee Rice and Mahomes. I didn't see
No.
anybody else with
No.
that.
I don't want nothing to do with any fucking Chief. Fuck the Chiefs.
I'm hearing you, but did we forget that Rashee Rice was a fucking powerhouse for 4 weeks until he got hurt? That dude was dropping like 20 a week. That dude was going nuts.
So was Xavier Worthy for a little bit.
Yeah, after Rashee Rice got
Right.
hurt, absolutely.
So now you could go Mahomes, Worthy, and Rice. Excuse me. And does Kelsey bounce back? Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know about Kelsey. The
Now that he's
potential's
Hollywood,
there.
he was just in Happy Gilmore.
You know, speaking about Travis Kelsey, our next episode is going to be tight ends. Preach, do you want to say something before we actually
Yes,
sign out here?
He does. Up,
I'm Preacher.
up. Sean O'Mac.
And this is Brandon, and that's us, the Gridiron Goons, at the Gridiron Goon Studios. And always remember, when your friends need called out because they have a dog shit take, fucking do it. This is your week.